in consonance with African Patriot Radio's vision and mission of upholding African cultures, morals, norms, or values. We are on this outing to talk particularly how these virtues could be upheld. My name is Elvis Oga.
Josephine Paul is my name, and this is the Patriot on African Patriot Radio. Many thanks for joining us. You can follow us on our social media handles or platform at African Patriot Radio.
Talking about upholding these virtues, that means we have to live in a particular pattern where these various African cultures, morals, norms, or values could be transferred from the older generation to the younger generation. And this entails loving, devoting our time, or having that special sense of making our country a better place. So Josephine Paul, when someone loves his or her country, devotes his or her time to the betterment of his or her country, what do we call that?
Now we have to have a clear understanding of this. When someone loves
his or her
country and devotes his time to the betterment of the country, like you said, it's clearly patriotism.
Wow.
Let's get to understand what patriotism is all about.
Okay.
Patriotism in simple terms is the quality of being devoted, of showing devotion rather, love and support for one's country, and also the environment or community as well, and also leadership.
Okay. Yeah. And patriotism or national pride can also be referred to as a feeling of love, devotion, support, or special sense of attachment to one's own homeland or country.
Like it's clearly
and alliance to other citizens who share the same sentiment.
Quite understandable.
Okay.
Now we get to know that this attachment that you quite mentioned would just lead us to the it can make a very positive combination to the feelings of the community.
Exactly.
You understand? Not excluding, not excluding the ethnical, political, or cultural aspect of it.
As well as the historical aspect.
As well as the historical aspect. So we get to understand that patriotism actually, covers all that has to do with devotion, all that has to do with the love that one has for the country. You are willing to put yourself
put your country
first before yourself.
Exactly.
Self, personal interest, and love for the country. Now let's get to understand what who a patriot is.
Okay, as our self-explanatory as it is, taking into consideration the way we've explained patriotism, a patriot is someone who simply loves his country, devote his or her time for the betterment of his country.
As one, like I said about patriotism, it's quite related.
Exactly.
Now, a patriot is one who puts himself, the country's interest first before himself. Is one who loves, who has love and support, and willing to take and go at length for the country's betterment, for the country's growth, for the country's interest. We get to understand that.
Yes. Okay. Having talked about what patriotism is and who patriot is, that will lead us into talking about ways patriotism can be expressed.
Yes, and we'll get to talk about that just after the short break.
Please stay with us.
Welcome back to the Patriot on African Patriot Radio. Now, before we went on a break, we're talking about patriotism, where we get to understand the definition of patriotism, the meaning as well, and who a patriot is. So, Elvis, moving over to the exemplary ways a patriot could be expressed. Yeah, so let's get to know the basic and the main ways patriotism could be expressed.
I love it when you say the basic ways, because
it's quite
some of those things may be quite simple and we tend to overlook them.
Exactly.
Let's take, for instance, an issue of honoring an active or retired military man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Honoring our veterans generally.
Those people that have actually stood, those people that actually risked